So the other day, I was praying about provision. And all in my house, when I tell you, I'm a pretty good steward. I'm a pretty good steward of things. And my air went out. Cat need to go to the vet. Thing. You ever build something up and it makes you feel like you got a safety net, and then you feel like life just pulls it out? Well, I was preaching a sermon that week at a church that I love, and I really wanted to tell them that we're going to recover it all. Just like Job, just like Moses and Aaron when they blow their ashes up into Pharaoh's face. And I was laughing as I was losing more things. I lost my phone, thing after thing, charge after charge, my credit card chip broke, and I only can do everything out of my account in that space, right? So I went and I sat at a Starbucks to wait on something beside the Starbucks that I was trying to get done. So I just sit there. And I sit and I'm drinking a pumpkin spice latte, and my best friend loved them. And after all these years, and now that she's in heaven, it's the first time I really would try one. And I'm sitting here and I look under the table and I just keep laughing as things are going wrong. Or just laugh. Because you must live your message before you can give it. And I knew that when I got out of this space, I would probably still be living in my message and waiting on the recovery, right? So I'm sitting, I look down, and I giggle because there's this one dime under my feet. This one dime. Well, this made me excited for two reasons. One, because God always answers my prayers in the secret place. He knows what I ask for. Nobody else does. As a dandelion seed flies by my window, right? But change also means something different to me. Coins mean something totally different to me. So I took it in two ways. But I always ask God to see more change if He's adamant about change and if I really need to talk about the change. So I was on the way to see my husband, and I'm going to see my husband. Anyway, so I was on my way to see him, and I remember I put my purse in, I put my laptop in, all the stuff you put in, as you're going through check. And when it comes back out, it's a whole other bucket, and it's full of clean, freshly washed change, like a whole pocket of change. Now, I'm not a change person. I don't really carry cash or anything like that. But I take this change and I stuff it in my pocket, and I get on this plane and I laugh. Because I give them my old, and they gave me change. And I've no change before. So today, a client of mine and a friend of mine, he's a counseling client of mine, and I love him and I love his family, and they had sent something to me to our family's farm. And it's been so long that my mama has been up my way, and she made the drive, and she hands me this little envelope. And inside the envelope, I want to protect who they are, but it is like firefighter coins, just little coins. And this one was my favorite, and it says, "The strongest steel is forged in the fire of a dumpster." Isn't that funny? I love getting to work with servicemen and women, and it's one of my specialties. I feel like we always, pastors, service people, we all get each other. And honestly, when I opened it today, I cried a little bit because I was like, one, how sweet of this family to give you something that means something to them. And also, it was more what? Coins. And even though it's not spendable, I come from a law enforcement family, and they mean something. We put them in little shadow boxes, and we tell people about them. Or we have Papa's pins, or you go on, and you just have this little collection of things. So I wanted to tell you two things today, maybe three. One is that provision will come when it comes. There's a time for everything, a season for everything under the sun, and it will come as you need it and more than you expected. Two, change is on the horizon, don't fight it. Just shift with the change. If it's God's change, shift with the change. Change is not easy. We are creatures of habit. But in order to grow, a tree must change, and so must you. Also, I'm not a firefighter, y'all. I'm not running in no fiery building. But I get to put these up on my wall. It's something that I didn't even do. It's not my recognition. It's somebody else's. But isn't that cool? So, just know that also in this season, as the Lord calls you to do things, or as people bless you with things of all the years that maybe you've been in ministry with them, or maybe you're going to walk in new places you don't know. But heaven recognizes what you're doing, even if you don't always see what you're doing, and that meant so much to me. So Bernard, if you're out there today, Pastor Bernard, thank you so much. Thank you to you and your family. I'm going to put them up. But there's so much on the horizon, and I know it's hard. I know it's tough. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. And if it's ever so hard that you just don't know what to do, or you don't want it to get to that point, I would love to see you in my ZOOM office. Always there. But also more than that, God is always, always, always there. So much more than me. And He's going to walk you through this season of change. You just wait and see. And you're going to come out the other side of what feels like a dumpster fire, and you're leaving it. If you leave a fire, you're still on fire. Unless you stop, drop, and you roll. And that's what you do. But this kind of fire is different. That godly burning fire desire to do what He called you to do, and the shift and the change as you wait for provision as it all comes by. Stay in the flow of God, the ebb and flow of the Lord, and you won't go wrong. You can't go wrong. If you never get a chance to pop into my office, please stop by and get our free courses. I'd love for you to have them. I try so much to teach you guys as much as I can. I love to teach, and I love to see you. And if I don't see you in my office, I see you here always. You guys have the best day, and don't forget that there is a season for everything under the sun. And when it's time to shift, you too must change.